So my name's Ginny Lucas, and I am the Curator of Archaeology at the Lost City Museum up in Overton, Nevada.
And what is your current level of education?
So I have a master's degree, and I am currently working on my PhD. I'm a PhD candidate writing my dissertation right now, actually. So hopefully we'll be finishing up by December or spring at the latest.
And how long have you been working in this field?
In the field, so as far as zooarchaeology, about 10 years. It'll be going on 11 years actually this semester is when I took the first class, and then was doing projects with my undergrad advisor up from my first class up through the time I graduated in 2012.
What does a typical day look like for you?
So for me, I work, like I said, I work up at Lost City. I'm being the curator. I do kind of a little bit of everything. I do tours when we have them. I go out and talk to guests if they have questions. I'm currently curating and cataloging artifacts that we have and working on a new exhibit that we're putting together for the Mesquite Library. So,
what would you say is the best part of your profession?
I have a couple of things actually. The first one is the interaction with people. So when you get the person that is super interested in what you do, whether it's an adult or a kid, and you can tell you've made a difference. This happened Thursday evening this last week. Had a lady, after spending time with her daughter, tell me that this was like, this made their day, them talking to me about what I do and archaeology in general. The other reason, I never see the same thing. You know, I get to, bones all look different. You know, I'm a zooarchaeologist, so I do animal remains from archaeological sites. So you don't ever see the same thing twice. I've got, get to travel. But I guess back to that first point, is I teach classes with human and non-human bone identification. So I teach those to Red Rock Search and Rescue so that when they go out, they're, if they're looking for a cold case or something, they're able to use the knowledge that I've given them to help.
What would you say is the most challenging part of your profession?
That's actually really tough. Because it's, with what I do and, you're trying to solve these puzzles, it's all challenging. So I don't really have a great answer for that, to be honest, because I love that challenge. And, I can't think of what I would actually truly say is the most challenging part of it.
So there's not many downsides?
Not really. I love what I do. So, I can talk about it for hours on end. And, if you love what you do, it's great.
Why is your profession important to our community?
So with what I do, being both a zooarchaeologist and a curator, I'm able to do that public outreach. So people that might not know about archaeology in this region in southern Nevada, they can learn that from me up at the museum or, at various other museums here as well. And you give this little extra bit of knowledge that you might not have, because you might think that, everything started with the settling of Nevada as far as, like the 1800s or so. But, we've had people here for thousands of years at this point.
Do you have advice for maybe, say, like a 12-year-old or a young student who's interested in science or
So for a 12-year-old, most museums, unfortunately, if you really like the museum aspect, trying to find one that you can volunteer. Now, most of them, you do have to be a certain age because of liability reasons, but you can try to see about shadowing somebody for a day. Or if you're interested in archaeology, because I mentioned in the live video, the field school I did, we had kids that came up and excavated, that got to dig. So if you can find a field school that offers that volunteer day, they don't usually have an age requirement other than probably 5 or 6, because that young you might not quite know what you're doing. But 12, 13, you can teach them easily how to do to excavate.